Good morning, everybody. I'm actually making some really thick vegetable soup. I forgot to start filming when I started chopping, so my apologies. What I have here in this pot at the moment that I'm waiting for it to come to a boil is peas, carrots, potatoes, a tin of tomatoes, 2 cups of chicken stock. What else have I got? Onions, potatoes, and I think that's pretty much it at the moment. So what we're going to do is actually bring this to the boil, allow that to boil for 3 minutes, and then we're going to reduce it and simmer it for about half an hour. And then we'll go in that time we're going to add in some other ingredients, but I'll show you that as we do it. It's looking really good and it's smelling amazing already, and it's hardly done anything. Oh my goodness, I wish we had smell-o-vision because this is smelling absolutely beautiful. The rice is in there now, as are all of the spices. So, no wonder we're actually smelling amazing. And this is spinach that I've put in there also. So yes, we'll just let that let that simmer away, and we'll come and do a taste test when it's ready. It'll be a little while away yet. Alrighty, so the bread is, not the bread, I'm about to make the bread. I was going to tell you that story. Now I've gone ahead and stuffed it. Anyhow, blooper, there you go. The soup is pretty much done. I'm leaving it over there. It's actually absorbed all the water and stock, so I've just added some more water and stock to that, and so that's going to make it more of a soup-like consistency rather than like a casserole. So anyhow, that's still doing its thing over there. That's fine, that's right. My husband just came in and he said, oh, the soup smells great. And I said, it does, doesn't it? I'm really happy with it. And he said, you know what would be great with it? And I said, what's that? And he said, some Amish bread. I said, there's Amish bread over there. And he goes, yeah, but that doesn't last as long as normal bread. And I said, no, I know that, but it's absolutely fine for toast. He said, but it's not rolls. I said, would you like me to make you some more Amish rolls? And he said, well, if it's not going to take you away from anything else you want to do, that's fine, I'll make you some rolls. So we're going to make some Amish rolls. And the other thing I wanted to tell you guys was I'm going to be doing depression style cooking and whatnot, and it's going to be something that we're going to be doing every day. So you obviously might not see each video every day. As you know, some videos are sort of done today and put up in a couple of days, but you will get to see, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, on an everyday basis how we're going to be living pretty much in the depression era as far as cooking is concerned. So I'm wanting to challenge myself to see if I can do that. I've collected a lot of recipes. You guys didn't know, but many years back now, I used to love the 1950s style, and well, I still do. It's not that I used to, I still do. I would dress in 1950s style dresses and 1960s style dresses on a daily basis, regardless of what I was doing. I would have the petticoats on, I would have my hair done, my makeup done, everything was done, and I absolutely loved it. I am thinking I might go back to doing that, but it does take a lot of effort, and so it's something that with MS is very hard to do all the time because it is taking a lot of effort, as I say. By the time you do your hair up in, you know, all the high rolls and whatever they're called and things like that, and you know, if you're going out for the day or even to the shopping centre, which of course we can't at the moment because we're housebound, you get a lot of people stopping you and commenting and things like that, which is really nice. But you also got a lot of weird looks of people thinking, what are you doing? Do you not know that we live in, you know, or not 19, it was probably back then. No, it wasn't. It was 2000 and probably 2012 maybe. There. So it was a few years back, but it's something that I absolutely love. So we might go back to doing that. We'll see anyhow. But yes, depression style cooking, saving money, and this has all come about because the way we're having to live at the moment. So using ingredients that we have on hand, not having to run to the shop every 5 minutes, and challenge myself to be able to do that to some degree and hopefully have the food turn out to be somewhat okay. Anyhow, so that's just something that I thought I would share with you that I'm going to be doing. It's really, really cold here, guys, at the moment. I think it's about 6 degrees. It is freezing. It has not snowed as yet, although it has snowed a couple of hours away from where we live. I'm looking out the window there because I'm expecting it to pour with rain again. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. It is daylight savings, so that would have been 5 o'clock, and I normally wake up around that time anyhow if I have not been awake all night with my legs playing up and things like that due to MS. What have you guys been up to? How are you coping with being in isolation, if you're in isolation, whether or not you're being told you have to stay at home by your government and, you know, and things like that? So how are you going? What are you doing? What are you keeping your mind active with? Are you going out? Are you, you know, have you been affected by the coronavirus? I'm not getting right into this. This is just something I thought I'd just ask in the passing. Either answer it or don't answer it. Fortunately for us, it has not impacted us at all as yet. I generally stay at home, but as soon as they said, okay, we want everybody to stay at home, I was like, yeah, bugger that for a joke. I'm out of here. It somewhat made me really, really annoyed and anxious and angry. And I said to my husband, I rang him up and I said, you know, me, I'm normally home every day until I'm told I can't leave my house. And now I want to leave. So I don't know if you felt that way, but I think I may have mentioned it in another video. I was one of those kids at school, and I went to a private all-girls school, that I was not great with rules and regulations. I pretty much do what I want when I want, and that's probably not a good thing to you know, have or want to be doing at this particular time, because we don't want to go out and make anybody else sick. But in saying that, it was really annoying me. I did have to go out and get some cat food. My husband's starting the truck, and whatnot for the cats. But I sort of, they already had my order done and paid for over the phone. I just had to run in and say, I'm here. Can you please bring it out? So I did that. And pretty much came home, but it was actually nice to get out because I hadn't been out prior to that, but I wasn't in lockdown at that time. So funnily enough, that's how the cookie crumbles when it comes to me. But let's get on with things. I've got an absolute mess, as you can see around me. There's things everywhere. There's fires blazing, dogs lying in front of the fire. We've got jumpers lying around trying to dry. The clothes horse inside is full. The dryer takes like 4, 5, 6 hours to dry things. It's ridiculous. It doesn't have a heater element in it. It's meant to be one of the new fandangled things, and I absolutely hate it. I do not recommend anybody buy them. It drives me insane. So yes, it looks like a Chinese laundromat in here at the moment. I'll turn you around so you can see. I'm not joking. I told you I wasn't joking. Jumpers there. The table's an absolute mess because we've just been pottering along. You know, why is it when you're at home inside, there's one of the dogs in front of the fire, and you know, you just have all this stuff you could be doing, but hey, you don't want to do it. Marley spoon order arrived, haven't put that away as yet. We're just getting stuff everywhere from where I've been doing the soup. The dog's bones are defrosting there. Some rubbish to go out. The flour that I've pulled out ready to do the bread. That little bit of washing up to do. And those tins I'm needing, so they've pulled out ready to use. A couple of tins to go into the rubbish. The rubbish is overflowing. Our soup is looking pretty good and smells amazing. So that's what my kitchen is like at the moment. So yes, need to get and do some things. This is where I've had to put some oversupply of food because I just ran out of space. But such is life. Oh, I'm getting a bit oozy, what's it? So that's outside at the moment. My husband down there in the truck, he's going to take the excavator off and give that a service, ready to go back to work tomorrow. So tomorrow is Monday. The only thing that I like about it at the moment, look out there, way over those trees or beyond those trees, it is green. We haven't seen green in a while. All our machines are out, so the yard looks very bare down the bottom. I'm backing the truck up. But anyhow, that's what's happening in my little end of the world. So let's get to making this bread, otherwise it will not be ready to have for lunch. Okay, so we're going to be making the Amish white bread. You've seen me or watched as I've done this one before, but this time I'm going to do it step by step with you. So yeah, you might get a better understanding of it. So what we need is 2 cups of warm water, 2/3 of a cup of sugar, 1.5 tablespoons of yeast, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1/4 cup of oil, 5 to 6 cups of flour. Now this recipe is from our friends at Big Family Homestead. They do have a YouTube channel. I'll see if I can find it, and if I can manage to figure out how to do it, which I think I can, I'll pop the link down below in the description box. Pop onto their channel, tell them I said hi, and have a look. They've got a great channel. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So we're going to get to making this. Please excuse the noise in the background because my husband has decided on the way up, bringing up the excavator to give it a service, that he'd stop and get some wood. Why we now hear the chainsaw. So I do apologize if that is, yes, being extremely noisy. To me, it does sound noisy, but again, I'm not in the iPhone, so I don't know how it's going to sound once I actually have a look at this video. So we might be doing a voiceover again. But anyhow, let's try this. I've managed to grab out what I need. I'm going to angle you down so you can see. Okay, so in this bowl we need 2 cups of warm water. This is a cup measurement. So that's 1. Now I have just boiled that not long ago, so yep, that's fine. If I can get my finger in it, that's fine. 2 cups. Then we need 2/3 of a cup of sugar. This is 1/3 of a cup. So we shall have 2 of these. Sorry about the noise of the paper. Two-thirds of a cup of sugar. Move that over to the side. Now I'm just going to get that together. When I did it with the actual attachment on there last time, it wasn't quite getting it into the bottom, and it was not mixing it or allowing the sugar to actually dissolve in the water quick enough. So let's do it this way. Now you're going to hear the washing machine. My goodness. It's Sunday morning and it's 11:43. Daylight savings has ended today. Alrighty, so that's done. Now we're going to add in our yeast. So yeast, we need 1.5 tablespoons of yeast. Now I've only got a little bit of this one left, so I've grabbed another one. And as you can see, we didn't quite get there. Let's see if I can manage to hold onto that and open this. I think that's going to be not going to work. So let's just sit that one there gently. And now I keep my yeast in the fridge. I'm imagining most people do these days. It just keeps it fresh. So there's 1 tablespoon. And now we need 1/2 tablespoon. So we'll just kind of guess. And all we're going to do is just leave that there for about 10 minutes, just for it to start going a little bit frothy and bubbly. So once it's done that, we know that our yeast is activated and it's good to go. If it was to stay like that in 10 minutes time, we know then our yeast is dead and we would throw this out and we would start again with some more yeast. But let's hope this one is fine. It should be. I can start to see it moving in there. So I'm imagining that all will be good and we'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, you can see how fluffy that has become. It's not just sitting on top of the water, it's actually risen up. So that's brilliant. We know now our yeast is activated. So now we can add in our 1/4 cup of oil. Now I'm just using vegetable oil today. Okay, so that goes in, and then we start to add in our 4 cups of flour and our salt. So we'll just take our lid back off our flour. You guys having fun and games trying to find flour? It's been quite difficult here, but never mind, we've got some. And of course, the chainsaw starts up again. It had gone quiet for a little bit. And the salt. So the salt, we want 1.5 teaspoons. So I shall grab the salt. It's over here from where we did. Yes, it is. Our vegetable soup. Okay, so what was it? 1.5 teaspoons of salt, water. So this is 1/2 teaspoon. So we want 3 of these. 1. A little bit more. 2. 3. And close that one off. I'm going to pop that down and I'll just turn that on slowly for a minute. And as I've shown you before, just scrape off the top of the flour with your finger or a knife. 1. 3. As I said, you don't have to have a stand mixer. You can certainly do this by hand. Stand mixers just making my life that little bit easier. And as I say, don't have to have a stand mixer. So don't let that deter you if you don't have a mixer. Just use your wooden spoon and some elbow grease. So muscle, not elbow grease. Okay, I'm going to just scrape those sides down. with my spatula. We'll be adding a lot more flour yet. It always uses more than it tells you to. So you can kind of like put the 4 in, then you can just pretty much add in what you need. And I mean, you know what a dough looks like. You don't want it sticky, so just keep on touching it if you can't tell just by looking at it. So let's add a little bit more. Still some sitting on the bottom down here. Because it's not as sticky as it was, it's not collecting at all. And as you see, as it starts mixing together more, it clumps itself around the paddle attachment here. It's not a paddle attachment, it's a hook. What am I talking about? Hey, listen to me, I know nothing. So I can still see that's a little bit wet, so we're going to add some more flour and just let it do its thing and keep on kneading. And that's precisely what this little attachment does, is it's designed for making bread. I can see now that it's I think now we have 2 chainsaws. Oh no, it's still quite soft. I was going to say, look, I can see now it's not quite as sticky. I'm thinking of some games my granddaughters can play up and down their street. They've got a lot of friends they live in a cul-de-sac. So what everyone can do, I'm thinking maybe, like, you know, one at a time sort of thing outside. And they're only 8 and 9. I think at that sort of age, all of them. Charlotte's 8. Ariella's only 1, so she's really too little. But I'm thinking of doing hopscotch or something. And then one can start and the next one can make another hopscotch or something like that, and write a little something at the end of each of them, maybe. I don't want them to write their names or anything like that, because to me that's just a safety thing. You never know who is around in this day and age. But of course, Mum will be there to supervise them, because they can only go out one at a time. They can't, like, you know, go and play up and down the street like they used to, and they're missing that. So I kind of thought maybe do something like this, and I don't know, tea parties or something, I'm not sure. I'll figure something out. Alrighty, so that's kind of how we're wanting it. We can touch it and it's not sticking to our fingers. It's how we're after that stage to be. So what we will do now and knead it until it's nice and smooth. I'll just grab out my trusty little red mat. It's not so little, but only be a sec. Got it. Coming back. Alright. And as I've said to you before, I always leave the flour on there. It's not hurting anything, and it's in my baking cupboard drawer. So it's all put away and rolled up each and every time. It sticks to itself if I don't have it on there, funnily enough. Alrighty. Let's get rid of you over there. Just put a little bit more flour on here. And then just give it a gentle knead. Go back out of the way. Stuff everywhere I have at the moment. It's ridiculous. I've got so much happening at the moment. That's why. Love making bread. So tell me in the comments below, do you like making bread? And if you do you like making it by hand or do you like doing it in your bread maker? I have both. Of course I have both. I have my hands. So, gosh, I'm an idiot. And I have a bread maker. Oh gosh, there you go. That's classic. Just something stupid, I would say. Never mind. So what we're going to do is then we're going to, it's nice and smooth as you can see. I'm just going to pop it back into this bowl and leave it until it doubles in size. Simple as that. I'll come back once this is doubled in size and then we'll make it into rolls, pop it into the oven, and it'll be ready for my husband to have with his soup. Okay, so I didn't get to show you me pinching the actual rolls as my husband's anxious to have them for lunch. So I was kind of hurrying and I totally forgot. But there's my rolls in there and the soup is reheating, ready for him to have it for his lunch. So I will get that together for him now. Okay guys, so the next thing I'm doing here, I got all of this fruit when I got all of my produce again today. I have shared half of it with my neighbour. So what I'm going to do is make some jam. I've put all the different fruits together. We have strawberries, blackberries and raspberries. Never made jam before, but I did YouTube it and I found a nice easy one from Curtis Stone. So I'm going to try and do that one. Let you know how it turns out. Okay guys, this is one of my jams and this is the other. And this is the mess from the soup, which is there. So once I'm finished cooking, then I shall clean my stove. But at the moment, we are doing jam.